Hey, lacrosse fans, Scott Gabrielsen here. I'll be your host for the Philadelphia Wings Alumni Spotlight. And today we've got Wings legend, number 66, Jake Bergie. Jake Bergie, welcome to the show, buddy.
Scott, thanks a lot. Good seeing you.
Good to see you. It's been some time. You're looking great. Love the paraphernalia on the wall, the jersey, looking good.
That's right. Got to represent.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So to start off, let me give a brief snapshot of your bio, who you are, your career, etc. So you had a 10-year career. You played from 1998 through 2008. You won 2 NLL championships in 1998 and 2001. You ended your career as a team captain, the second all-time leading scorer for the Philadelphia Wings. And you have your number 66 jersey retired and in the rafters of the Wells Fargo Center. Tell us about your career and what playing for the Wings was like.
Oh, man, I've said it a bunch of times. I mean, I was really a lifelong fan of the Wings. I grew up going to the Wings. I loved watching them. I watched you when I was just a young kid, and then fortunately was able to be a teammate of yours for a couple of years. But, I had just the utmost love and respect for the whole league as well as the Philadelphia Wings. And then being able to become kind of full circle from a fan to a player to an alumni. And now doing stuff like this with you after the games or between the games is really special for me.
Yeah, it's great. I would agree. So talk about your rookie year a little bit. You and I both played 10 years, and we both were fortunate enough to win a championship in our rookie year.
Yeah.
Tell me how that affected your career going forward and your mindset.
My dad always says that, when I was growing up, I won my freshman year in high school, a state championship. My freshman year in college, I won a national championship. And then my first year in indoor, I won a world championship. So, he said that's not the way it works when he played 13 years and didn't win a Super Bowl ever. So, it was awesome. We came in obviously with the group of guys we had, like yourselves and Brian Volker and just all those leaders on the team, Marichek and Dallas, and obviously those guys just kind of paved the way of how we needed to work out, how we needed to play, hard-nosed Philadelphia lacrosse. And, just kind of to pave the way, just like you said, to how we had to do it for the next 10 years.
A lot of our younger Wings fans, probably don't or aren't aware of who your dad was, or even some of the new rookies or younger players on the Wings roster today may not know that your father, Bill Bergie, was a Philadelphia Eagles linebacker, all-pro, and just one of the most well-respected guys around. Tell us about that, why it was lacrosse and not football.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what it came down to is I just liked lacrosse better. That was a pretty easy decision. My dad kind of pushed my older brother into football a little bit going off to college and didn't have the best experience. So he kind of was hands-off and let me find my own way. And, I found lacrosse and absolutely loved it. And, growing up, he was obviously one of my biggest fans along with your dad, which was, pretty special. Those two guys were staples in the arena every night for those Wings games.
Yes, they were. It was great to see him. And so I was in my 10th year for the Wings. You're a rookie. You come in 6 foot, 225, built like a linebacker, but speed of a wide receiver and a great stick. And I remember we're doing tryouts, and I'm like, okay, here's Bill Bergey's son. And I see him in the stands. And Bill Bergey's like, I had his poster on my wall as a kid, right? And then I was like, I got to introduce myself to him. And after the tryout, the first guy, when I'm coming up before the first guy sees your dad, he's like, I think Jake should make the team. I'm like, Bill, of course he will. My goodness.
Well,
So
it's
it's
funny
really
because
great to see him.
I wasn't sure either coming out. I came from Salisbury Division III school. A lot of people kind of look down on that, and I think now it's more accepted from people. But coming from a Division III school, coming in, playing with the big boys, I kind of had to make my own tracks there. And fortunately, I was able to, turn some eyes early and was able to make the team and get going pretty quick.
Well, you did, and you got going pretty quick. You were one of the reasons why we won the championship in '98. You had a great season. You made your influence on it right away. And I think, to your credit and to your dad's credit, being the son of a Philadelphia Eagle, the fans were attracted to the Wings. And I think that gave us a great base because we have the same grit. It's kind of the same game. And, you really blossom. It was great playing with you and, having that experience.
Yeah, no, it was fun. And I think, I probably was endeared by the fans a little bit more because of that. But I would take it, coming in early, I had to play like that. I came in and I was hitting and I was fighting and I was doing some of the dirty stuff. And then as I became a goal scorer, a little of that kind of went by the wayside. But, I prided myself on being that player that could do it all, could get in the corners and muck it up, could drop the gloves if I had to, and then also, finesse goal at the end of the game. So, that was kind of what I tried to do.
And that you did very well. You did that very well, my
Thank
friend.
you.
Helped us in '98 win in my last year. And then in 2001, you kind of had a breakout year. So you had 43 goals, 43 assists, and upset Toronto in 2001. Nobody thought that we were going to, win that. Nobody thought we were going to win against the Gates in Baltimore or Gary Gay in Baltimore in '98. But talk about those games, those teams.
Yeah,
When you were the vet, let's say in 2001, when you were the veteran, you were the, the leader.
Yeah. Well, I just remember from that, we played up in Toronto and they were going for a three-peat and it was looking, they had taken it to us a couple of times. And when we went up there, we're checking into our hotels and we flip on the TV and there's people, they're interviewing the Toronto Rock and they're saying three-peat dynasty, all this stuff. And, we just had other plans. So we went in there and quite the opposite, took it to them. It was, I think it ended up being a close game, but the score was definitely not indicative of the way that we took it to them that game. And, it was just, I just remember, just letting loose after the game. Like it was just such a great event.
Yeah. I mean, you and I both have had the privilege of winning multiple NLL championships, and it's so special, but it gives you a mentality, moving forward that, you expect to win. And, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, so, for those who don't know, I now am in the medical device industry and a lot of the same mentalities, you want to go out there, you want to win, you have to go out there and beat someone to get the job done. And certainly lacrosse has taught me that.
It gives you a different attitude. It gives you an attitude of competition. Losses you put behind you, wins you focus on, and that's your goal. And it continues to be. So that mentality has taken us both in our, post lacrosse careers. Congratulations on your success in doing that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thank you. So you are one of the guys that stayed in Philadelphia. You're a Philadelphia guy. You continue to come to the games. Talk to us about, the team, the current team, and what your thoughts are on the Philadelphia Wings today.
It's always so tough because there's so much parity in this league, but I love the team. I go down with my kids as often as I can. I love watching these guys, Mitch Jones and Blaze Reardon is one of the most amazing, players that I think I've ever seen in any sport, to be able to do it outdoor as a goalie and indoor as such a dominant force. And, I love going to the games. I love following them. I've become a little bit closer with a couple of those guys and really, really fun to watch, obviously from a different perspective, but, one that doesn't hurt quite as much.
Right. No bumps and bruises.
No.
But you are now taking on probably one of your most special roles, and that's of dad. I know your son has moved on to start his career. Talk to us about your son and where he is now.
Yeah. So, that's pretty exciting. My son is playing down at High Point University for John Torpy, who was a teammate of mine for a year or two up in Philly here. So, he's certainly learning the ropes while he's down there and realize this isn't high school lacrosse anymore, and he's playing with the big boys. So he's doing a good job though, and he's coming off an injury where he broke his hand, but he hopes to be back soon. And then my daughter, she has just committed to the University of Tampa to play lacrosse as well. So we're excited about that. She's got a couple more years left of high school, but a couple of years they'll be out of the house and we'll be able to just go down and watch them in the warm weather.
Right. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
So, hey, Wings fans, look for, another Bergie, another generations of Bergies coming out there, on the
Yeah, we'll
lax
see.
field.
Yeah, you never know.
All right, so I got to take this opportunity because you're a connection to Eagles royalty to put out a shout out to Jason Kelce, that the son of Bill Bergey and Scott Gabrielsen want to get Jason Kelce down to a Philadelphia Wings game. He played
Absolutely.
lacrosse in high school in Cincinnati. So what do you say? You want to share an invite?
Yeah,
Jason
no,
Kelce?
certainly. Well, I would love to have Jason come down and visit a game with us. I actually spent an evening with him a couple years back up in Hershey at a golf tournament we both played in, and just a super nice guy. And he was also telling me he loved the sport of lacrosse. So we get him down. I would love it, Jason. Anytime you're ready, come visit us.
Sounds good. You host him in the box. I'll interview him in the booth. So
All right,
it'd
perfect.
be great. All right, Bergs, that's going to wrap it up here. Anything else you want to share?
No, man, I just appreciate everything that you guys are doing, keeping the Wings in the limelight, and look forward to another great season.
Absolutely. Well, Wings fans, this is our legend, Jake Bergie. Great having you today, Jake.
Thanks, Scott.
You got it. We look forward to seeing you, Wings fans, this Sunday at the Wells Fargo Center when we host Jeff Teat and the New York Riptide, Sunday the 7th at 3 p.m. For Jake Bergie, this is Scott Gabrielsen. See you, Wings fans. See you next time.